Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle. We're talking about CKB and the massive price explosion. I have been getting DMs all day. What's next? What's next? So I'm going to tell you what's next, baby. But for those of you guys that are not following me on X, you must do so. Yesterday, just yesterday, I was telling people CKB has formed a nice falling wedge over a short time period, looking for a bounce. We got 102% bounce off this thing. So if that's not reason enough to follow me on X, I cannot help you. CKB, folks, this thing is just plowing through all of these other cryptos, currently up 51% on the day. But this thing has run up and it has done up. Okay, so with that said, let's just check this thing out on the weekly chart. Now, when I look at this stuff, folks, on the weekly chart, whenever you start to see assets pump above the 50 moving average, above the Ichimoku cloud, this is an extremely bullish thing to see. I can't stress that enough. This is very bullish to see this because now that means that price is supposedly, according to Ichimoku cloud theory, in an uptrend when we can get above this cloud. I don't think CKB is going to have any problems here closing above the 0.00466-ish level in the next week or two. I'd like to see some candles close above, and I'd love to see price action consolidate into a flag or something like this, move a little bit closer to this Ichimoku cloud, and maybe see this 50 moving average meet up over here, maybe into May, June, and then I would love to see this thing rip off again. Okay, this would be a great catalyst for some future price movement and maybe even to get to some new all-time highs. Notice how I said all-time highs. New all-time highs. I'm not talking about these old all-time highs. I'm talking about new ones. Because that's what we want is some new ones, baby, so we can make some money. Now, people have been blowing me up like crazy. What's going on? What's going on? I've been a busy man, folks. I am building for Nervos, not for Nervos Network, but I'm building out these nodes. I'm going to be giving away 2 of these nodes. So comment in the comment section, like the video. Now, these nodes are basically to help secure the network, folks. So we'll be giving away 2 of these. The value of these are priceless, right? Because we're securing Nervos Network. So that's what I've been doing. I've been busy filming documentaries. I'm going to be flying out to LA. Going to be flying all over the goddamn place, to the East Coast, everywhere. So like the next couple of weeks, you're probably not going to get a lot of videos out of me, maybe even the next month, because I'm flying all over the place, filming documentaries. But anyways, getting back to this whole thing here. On the weekly chart, you know what? That's my stance. Price cannot go up too quickly or we risk this sideways trading, blah, blah, blah. Now, when we look at the daily, you know, this is kind of what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead here and clear this. But like price action is too far from this cloud. And we did break a penny on Binance. So this is great. Like we're back in the game, I feel like. With that said, one thing that I would love to see is maybe some sort over the next few days, just this like pennant or flag happen. Again, on the daily chart, very similarly to the weekly, I'd like to see price action move to the side a little bit. Now, I do want to just throw down a little bit of Fibonacci time sequence and just see if we could have maybe predicted this move, possibly. Not quite. Okay. I was just curious there. Now, what do we expect next? And where do we think that price is going to go? Well, on the daily, like I said, people are selling this candle all the way down from a penny to like 0.007 and a half, right? So if this is like stage 1 of an Elliott wave theory impulse, we're just going to play a very interesting game here. So with that said, if this is like an Elliott wave theory impulse, and let's just say price action moves in a little bit, by default, I'd be looking for something like this. Not necessarily like this, but, we would be looking for price to at least be the same or more for this Elliott wave theory pattern. So when it comes down to it, let's say price ripped up, and let's just say it makes its way back down to like 0.007, somewhere in there. By default, the span from 2 to 3 would need to be at least 3 cents. And then we still have Elliott wave theory, more Elliott wave theory to the top. And I do think that this is where we could be seeing CKB break into new all-time highs and price discovery. So let's just look at some of the possible roadblocks price action might face. And I talked to somebody earlier today, and I said, I think there's a shot at 7 cents, 7 at least. But we'll get into that. Look for 0.012 cents as a resistance point. Now, there's also the 786 at just about 3.5 cents, which is very interesting because this is exactly where the second peak hit in the 2021 bull run. But I would like to see CKB at least come up and hit some of these other numbers, like at least 5, 6, 5.5 cents. I would love to see this thing rip up to at least 7 cents and go higher, 10 cents. Now, you guys have to understand that right now, CKB, folks, has a $379 million market cap, rank 153. This was just at 255 the other day. So this thing has moved up more than 100 ranks in the cryptoverse. It's up 164% on the month. That is so cool. But there's other things that we really need to really be concerned with. In that, folks, is the amount of tokens. And it's nothing to be concerned about, right? But we need to take into account what would a market cap look like at X amount of tokens. So there's 44 billion tokens in circulation, 43 billion tokens in circulation, and we just had a halving. So that means that the miners are getting half the rewards, things like that. Now, for this thing to hit 10 cents, we're just going to go off that. Basically, what we would do is take 0.10 divided by 0.008798, and that would be only an 11, just over an 11x, which is nothing in crypto. We see that all the time. In a full-blown bear or bull market, like, we see crazy market caps happen. And so what we would do is take this 11.36 times 382, 985, 127, and that leaves us with a $4 billion market cap to get to 10 cents. In my opinion, I think that this thing has every shot at 4.5 billion in the bull market. Retail's not even into crypto yet, and this thing's chilling real nice. So I believe that the last bull market, Nervos hit over $1 billion market cap. So this thing has survived the test of time. It's gaining confidence of more people and investors. And really, the project has been doing some killer things lately. You look at like Joy ID, crazy wallet being integrated into, it seems like, every single wallet or every single DEX and exchange and things like that out there. Nervos Network just stress tested the network at 1 million plus transactions per day, and it performed flawlessly. It handled it without any issues. So that was amazing to see. They have some really cool stuff here. As far as like being a layer 2, they have all these options like with like Bitcoin and all these different types of integrations. So there's a lot of speculative things going on right now about Nervos that are making people bullish, and rightfully so. there is something about Nervos Network that really has drawn me into it. I think one of the biggest things is the community, folks, and really this grassroots style come up. You know, it's just been this powerhouse of community, great ideas, cohesion. So to see all this stuff starting to come together is awesome. What would be really cool here? Here is the absolute game changer. If Nervos Network is setting up for something crazy like a Cardano run or something like that, you know, what I am seeing, and this is going to be the cat's meow if this happens. If we see some sort of move install right around this 2 cent level, and let's just say maybe, just maybe, we see CKB pull off some sort of inverse head and shoulders like this over a 3 or 4 year period, you're goddamn right this thing's going a hell of a lot higher than 10 cents. My opinion, not financial or trading advice. When we start looking at it that way, I mean, guys, like this thing could run up. We see these crappy coins that have no value whatsoever absolutely running up. I mean, I haven't heard of a lot of these projects here, but they're sitting at billion-dollar market caps. Like, you know, CKB had a working DEX before Cardano did. They are so much farther ahead than Cardano is. But it's all in the community. It's all in the marketing. Who hypes it? Things like that. So you know what? I'm very happy with where price action is sitting right now. But I do think that price, you know, might retrace a little bit after going up high like this. We've seen this happen because we can see the wick being sold down to roughly 7.5 cents on the Binance chart. Currently, it looks like, I can't tell if it's trading at 0.0087. It must be. It must be. Let's find out. Let's look at this. Okay. But this is going to be an insane run if Nervos Network, where the heck is this thing? Oh my goodness. Where is this? This thing's like an animal moving all over. All right. Okay. Rank number 165 on CoinGecko. Like I was saying, guys, this could just be crazy. So very bullish on Nervos Network. What's going on there? So with that said, folks, this is going to get interesting really quick. Again, follow me on X, Real 6 Fig. Catch you guys all in the next video. Peace.